Hello, peoples. The same stuff in the shop? Yeah. Just for you, also known as these aren't actually on sale, they just want to push product on you. Alright, well, nobody's online, so I guess this might be solo stream o'clock. Which is unfortunate, but eh. I think I need to win his damage, is my guess. So we're gonna try to do that. Should I do dailies first? Yeah, probably. Let's see what I can do. Oh. Complete 3 games, okay. And then earn team kill, elimination assists, earn 100 limbs, blah blah blah. Okay.
Now arriving at the Shambhala Monastery.
Oh, and there's spawn door.
Oh, I joined a match that was almost over. What?
Greedy with that.
You call it? Let me fix you up.
You are safe with
Be uplifted.
what I needed.
Need some assistance? That's better.
Mercy boost. Mercy boost. Damage boost. Damage. Mercy, damage boost.
Feeling better yet?
First behind.
Glad you have me. Gaming stream connected.
Enemy contact.
Damage intensified.
Shot.
This will help you.
Tactical visor activated.
Oh my!
Heroes never die. Thanks for looking out for me. Not on my watch. Right into my
Wasn't my time.
Take everything from them.
I am empowering you.
A necessary elimination.
Let me show you how it's done.
I will give you shelter.
Boosting your damage.
Together, we are unstoppable.
Jump like that.
un neuen Plan. Cette fois, je ne rigole pas. You call? Feeling more powerful? Defeat.
Okay.
Play of the game.
What the shame. Oh well.
Now arriving at Lijiang Tower. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Another day, another battlefield.
How's Bars doing? Surprised she didn't take my head off last time I stopped by.
She's not gonna miss if you come round again. I got ya.
Hi there. Locked and loaded. Who's ready to get this done?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Praise upon us.
Winston reporting.
Like new again. Everyone's getting better. Immortality field deployed.
The objective
Who's touching me up?
The objective.
Don't mention it.
Hello.
Pas un problème.
Stupidity is not right.
Got to reload. You're going to be found.
There's an enemy here.
Reloading. Be careful. You are completely healed. Stay alive, folks.
Too late. Too late on the throw. My bad.
C'est tant comme bon monde qui a veillé sur moi. A complete recovery. A little medicine goes a long way. There.
Oh.
Pass into the unknown.
Tout le temps ça va finir. Il y a espoir. First number. Everyone's getting better. Thanks for the time.
Just kind of distracted.
Every day gives you a second chance. Here with a cure. Let them out.
Once you put Bob inside, gotcha.
Best round lost. Score 0-1.
Got a good cigar and a big iron in my hip. What more does a man need? Maybe something to drink.
I've done things I'm not proud of. Time to start making up for it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
I'm on defense.
No. A taste of poison.
Come to me. You're completely healed.
You don't know when to quit.
I'm all out. Reloading.
Move up with me.
Get in here. How about meeting me as the objective?
Glad you're on my team.
Your end is within my reach.
Got some good headshots in though.
Si me refais encore.
Evolution is a painful path to walk.
You're going to be fine. Everyone's getting better.
You cannot stop me.
Stay near the immortality field. Reloading. Stay alive. Objective's mine. What's everyone else doing?
Woo.
Hey.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Enemy sniper! Keep your eyes open.
Got to reload. Get the needles with you.
Thanks.
A round of healing.
Into the unknown.
Surrender to my will.
Activating self-destruct sequence.
Immortality field. No casualties while I'm around.
My ultimate is
My
bent.
ultimate is ready. Saddle up. I need healing.
Who's that to me?
That is new.
Reloading. 1 sec.
Supply.
Over there.
Here, to be healed.
What they say it sound for?
Good job, Bob and Diva.
Step right up.
Get in here.
Score 1-1.
I'll see this matter resolved.
All systems fired up and ready to engage. 해보자고.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
After this, there will be only
Show
one
you.
victor.
Little medicine goes a long way. Everyone feeling better? Hemos dado ese video de todo.
The objective is now.
You are completely healed.
Too much damage for me to get the heals on.
Let them up.
Didn't throw it quite far enough.
Eyes on the ball.
Sojourn en route. Not so fast.
Heals.
Stay put.
Play of the game.
Alright, just one more all cube. Here we go. Oh, god damn.
Welcome to Esperanza.
I'll find my own path. Stay in sight, and I'll keep you safe.
Yeah!
Focusing fire.
Translocators in place. Tengo que irme.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Objective unlocked in 30 seconds.
Interesting skin.
Restoring balance. Protecting.
They're pushing.
Oh god.
Let's push back.
The visual lag, please.
My gift to you. You're all good. On the target. Targeting hostile. Don't let them push the barrier. Letting you off. We've lost the lead. Nice to know you have my back.
Damn.
Don't let them push any further.
We've got this.
Enemy in sight. Come over here for you. Targeting hostile.
Daijoubu. Nano boost administered. Ponme a prueba. Te reto. Let me balance you out.
Enemy in sight.
We need to rescue the robot.
Carried on the wind.
Ash here.
I'm with you. They're moving the barricade.
Not so fast.
That was interesting.
Watch out, they're back.
Jack Tyson.
Don't let them move the barricade.
I'm here.
The fact that it actually
He healed.
causes you to sort of bounce is hilarious.
She's gonna blow.
Damn.
The barricade is pushed.
They got us outnumbered.
Be purified. Time to get clever. Let the Kitsune guide you.
Oh, shit, I got hit by the hunter.
They're jacking our robot. Done playing around. Well, hello. Like a gentle wind.
Greetings.
Be careful, Shimada. Thanks for the touch-up. Feel
So many ults all at once.
I don't give up that easily.
Echo here. Dusting off. Burning them down. My ultimate is done.
Carried on the wind. Stop their barricade!
Play of the game.
Bam, daily's done. Still doesn't look like anybody's gonna show up for multiplayer stream, so this might be turning into a solo for sure. Guess I can try to do another weekly. Try to do damage, I guess. I think that's the one I need for wins.
Now traveling to Paris. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
Every soldier needs a cause.
Don't fail me, or
No unnecessary risks.
Can I get a beat? Perfect. You the best.
bashing with them beats.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Hello.
1. Attack commencing. Capture objective A.
Bye, nerd. Bye, nerd.
Another one platform.
Escort the payload.
No, well, we got the point. Good enough for me.
Still got some fight. Thanks. Who needs healing?
I'm dead.
Activating self-destruct sequence.
They'll regret that. Is progressing. If I'm still standing, I'm still fighting. Watch your back, kid.
Heroes never die.
Wipe them out.
Yeah, I'll turn it up. Let's do it fast.
I've got meds. Moving the payload.
I will not let
Oh, let's break it. Damn!
Not on ice. Tactical termination. Good choice. Appreciate it. Smithereens.
Protect the payload.
Hey,
Hello there.
there are no sides out here. Feeling spry. Form up on the payload. Move it out. Hey. They can't get away with this.
I could use some assistance.
Oh, I tried.
I'll rub some dirt on it. Let's go.
Feeling fortified.
Damn.
Let's keep it moving.
The mercy with the chase.
Great work. They'll need
Still
to
got
recover
Hell
from that.
yeah, brother.
I'm getting
It's not done. Recover it. I need this.
Time for the reckoning.
Fine.
Action.
If I'm still standing, I'm
60
still fighting.
seconds remaining.
Stop goofing off and move that payload.
Activating support. Come here,
Not on ice yet.
10 seconds remaining.
Pull it together and
Not
let's
a
get
win.
this done.
Heading you out.
Oh, triggered overtime.
Heroes never die.
Damn.
They have superior numbers.
They'll regret.
Defeat. Play of the game.
No win. Oh well. Yeah, it doesn't look like anybody's gonna be joining me, so guess we'll switch games and we'll go solo. What should we play? Um We can go back into Stanley Parable, I guess. Do Stanley Parable. That'll be fine. Just chill. On one moment, There we go. Oop. Stanley Parable. Please enter the current time. Okay. 4:45? Uh-huh. Okay.
This is the storm.
Oh, welcome back. Thank you.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Mm-hmm.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be. Truly, being here with the bucket was a grand adventure.
Bucket.
Stanley reflected on all they'd been through together. First, walking through the door on the right. Then walking to the lounge. Then arriving at the lounge. What a thrilling journey the bucket had inspired.
It's true.
Perhaps this was where the bucket felt most truly at home. Here in the employee lounge. Perhaps it's the only place a bucket can even feel at home. Stanley decided to just give the bucket absolutely as much time as it needed to be in the lounge. Clearly, the bucket and the employee lounge shared a special connection.
It's true. They must. Surely. Can I get it thicker? You gave me thickers for other ones. Can I get it thicker? No? Okay. No thicker.
But finally, the bucket was done being in the lounge, and they took the first open door on their left to get back to business.
Do I do the get lost ending, but with the bucket this time and see what happens? No, let's do this one.
No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift. Good, said the bucket. Now ride the... But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Worth.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Okay.
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind.
The bucket was wrong.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room. No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go. Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do. Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't
Collectible?
talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Except when I didn't. No cargo lift for me, boy. Let's go. Danger. Danger everywhere. Getting lost everywhere, boys. Let's go.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here?
fuck if I know, bro?
What if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket.
Okay.
Please, step in here for a moment.
Ah, yes.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some
Top
test
game show,
scenarios,
is this
and
a
you'll tell me
bucket?
whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
What?
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Incorrect.
What?
It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
A 3D printed bucket is a bucket. It's still a bucket. It's not metal, I guess. Like, there are
Item
plastic
3.
buckets.
Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct. This is a bucket.
Hell yeah, brother.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up?
thought it was a
Absolutely
bucket.
incredible. Let's just move on to the next one. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct. This is a bucket.
Told you. I'm a genius.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
It is a bucket and it isn't a bucket. Okay.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
No.
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait,
I agree.
when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless, is that what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
Yes.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket
All
is
things are
threatening
bucket.
to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
No.
Okay, here we go.
No. No. You bitch.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear?
Because everything
was
is
everything
buckets.
a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket.
Everything.
My God, I had no idea.
All
How
of
could-
existence.
except
Oh wow,
me.
I'm really glitchy right now.
I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley.
Hang on one second. Could you, good sir, please wait, VSync is on. There we go. 60. We'll try that.
You're still here. You're not a bucket either.
It
Oh,
might
this
just
is
be
wonderful
VC face or
news.
my
We're not buckets.
phone that's being bad.
Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
All things are buckets.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Bucket.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind.
The bucket was wrong.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines. And now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies.
Figlies.
What do you think, Stanley? What name better
Like Figlies.
encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Hi. Start this video here real quick for my face. There we go. Now my face actually turns correctly. Where did I end up?
Okay,
Cutscene?
this is day number 295, tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes.
No, don't monetize it.
It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden
Microtransactions
ticket.
to use a bucket?
But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
What? Excuse me?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed. Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around. Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office. Nothing responded to the bucket's touch, but it did little to discourage Stanley's belief in the magic of the bucket.
What if I want to take the bucket back into my room? Alright, fine.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay. Excuse me? Retrieve Chris's remains from where... Lovely. It tells me where they are. Bottom text. Maybe we are the collectibles. Okay, one says stairs, one says blue and red. I don't know blue and red. I think I know where. I think I know the stairs one. I'm not gonna do a broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Gotcha, bitch.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one.
And get nothing.
And then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it.
Good enough for me,
We'll
bro.
be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines.
Red and
None
blue.
of us can.
I don't see what's down here.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fined for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all.
First
That's
chatter.
strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source
I
of
assume it's
guidance and wisdom for me in
Leia,
difficult
not
times such as
5
these.
Leia.
He held the bucket
Pleasure
close,
to meet you.
yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just
What?
a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this.
No, my
Who
bucket.
knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might
bucket.
experience without the
bucket.
psychologically grounding presence of his bucket.
Been here.
Indeed. Now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was,
I've been
of
here.
course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next.
Oh
None
my
of them
God.
were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley.
Find me. He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old
Just
friend.
adding
It
more
was
and
the
more
only way to
buckets
truly
each
restore
week.
his
Oh, no.
sanity. And then suddenly,
Oh no.
he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
What the fuck path is that? Holy shit.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Excuse me, she did what? An athletic lady right there. Oh, alright, we back in it, boys. Theme done, let's go!
All of his co-workers
Bucket
were
speed
gone.
run!
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Okay.
The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Indeed I did. And in fact, we're gonna go and mind control some bad okay, so somewhere both red and blue. Uh-huh. Don't know. Well, should I do broom closet? I'm not gonna do broom closet yet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
No, because I already got one that was in the bathroom, right? Oh, dang it.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes. This is certainly the most logical explanation.
Let's go! Okay. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Bucket and me are gonna mind control some fools. Let's go! Mind control.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket.
It's true.
Soothing him,
the bucket has saved me many a time.
Reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Bucket, 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 bucket. Let's go!
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Whoa, whoa. Bucket, go.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
I don't know.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this,
That one's just
and it
aiming at
very
filing
nearly
cabinets?
burst into tears as Stanley
Well, it's the
cradled
boss's
gently,
office,
reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Fired, fired. Where'd pirate go? I think pirate's up there. One of them's a pirate. Oh, I can find it. Pirate. There's a pirate up there.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously
I have no
in
idea.
Stanley's feeble mind.
What does a bucket do? Why does a bucket
No! He screamed into the
When
bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own
does a
life
bucket
in
do?
someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At
Indeed.
this point, he could
The
trust
bucket is my
no
only
one
friend.
except for the bucket.
I love you, bucket.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived
Thanks for
in a
feeding
really
school.
cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down
And the
the
hydrate. I
system.
should probably hydrate too. Ow. Water. Alright, bucket. We're gonna mind control. Mind control. Mind
When at last they came
control.
to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Wrong. Mind control.
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the
The bucket did it.
controls.
Sure.
Stanley gasped in horror.
Oh,
Had
no.
this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly, silly birds.
What?
The control buttons became active again. Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Bird ending.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
Good point. I haven't actually looked around in there for a while. Ooh, also, it seems like food is ready. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to end the stream here for the time... Okay! I'm going to end the stream here for the time being. Thank you to everybody who showed up to watch. I appreciate it. I hope everybody has a good night. Oh, right as I get 4 viewers. Oh boy. Hi everybody. I'm sorry. Stream ending. Probably stream something tomorrow. Don't know what. I think that's it. I'm not missing anything, right? I don't think so. Have a good night, everybody.